An amazing thing that some animals do to enable them to survive is something called hibernation. So hibernation is basically when an animal slows down its metabolism, it slows down its breathing rate, it slows down its heart rate, and it goes into a really extended state of rest to enable it to survive when maybe the conditions are really, really tough. So we say hibernation is a form of extended torpor because torpor is also when an animal reduces its heart rate, reduces its breathing rate and goes to sleep. The difference between hibernation and torpor is that torpor is often just for a short period of time, maybe a few days, and animals can be woken up when they're in torpor. So it's just like a really, really deep, restful sleep. But hibernation can occur for months and months on end. A great example of an animal that hibernates is the alpine marmot here. And it in fact hibernates for about 9 months of the year. And it does that because it lives in environments where it snows. So when it snows, there's no food around. So the alpine marmot, if it was awake and not hibernating, it wouldn't be able to find food and it would in fact starve to death. So what it does is, for the 3 months of the year when there's lots of food, it's up and it's active and it eats an enormous amount of food and gets really, really fat. And so it has these stores of fat. Then it goes into hibernation, slows its heart rate down, slows its breathing rate down, so it doesn't really use up much energy, but it slowly uses up those fat stores to enable it to survive the winter. Another example of an animal that hibernates is the short-beaked echidna. So this here is a picture of a short-beaked echidna. So it lives in Australia and it hibernates to enable it to survive. So it goes into a state of really intense rest for a long period of time. And it's amazing hibernation. The short-beaked echidna is a good example because its body temperature, which is normally at about 32 degrees, drops to only 4 degrees Celsius. So the body temperature drops right down. Its heart rate, which is normally 50 or 60 or 70 beats per minute, drops to about 4. Its heart only beats about 4 or 7 times per minute. So it really, really slows down. And it can, in fact, breathe about once every 3 minutes. So its normal bodily functions really, really slow down enormously. That's called hibernation. And it basically means the animal has to consume less food or no food, and it uses hardly any energy, and that enables it to survive for long periods of time when conditions are really tough. So that's hibernation.